It is 10 minutes past 7 now to the new religious cult that is spreading its sphere of influence across Queensland. So much so, followers are reportedly setting off a mini property boom in the state's Bible Belt. They're buying up land 200 kilometres northwest of Brisbane, around Kingaroy, near the home of their leader, Alan John Miller. Now, AJ, as he claims, he reckons he's Jesus reincarnated. His partner, Mary, is a reincarnated Mary Magdalene.
I certainly don't want to be Jesus. At the moment, I certainly don't want to be. It's just who I am. Like, one of the very first emotions I've had to deal with is uh-oh, and I'm going to have to say that I'm Jesus. And that took me 8 months of emotional processing to actually come to terms with being able to do that.
In an apparent coincidence, land clearing in the area has created a giant cross. So just who is AJ Miller, or Jesus, and the group he leads called Divine Truth? Raphael Aaron is the Director of Cult Counselling Australia and the author of several books on cults. Good morning to you. Now, what do we know about this guy?
Look, like many other of these new charismatic leaders, he attracts a following, people who seek a sense of belonging, people who are marginalised or alienated perhaps by financial issues or other issues, family issues, seeking some sort of a purpose, some sort of a meaning. And obviously a young, charismatic, attractive couple seems to be the answer for these people. Of course, a very short-lived answer, because one has to wonder where this is all really going to go.
Yeah, do we know any background about him? How he started all of this?
Well, I think that's one of the interesting questions, because a lot of these people don't really have much of a background, and their claim to fame is very spurious. People who claim to have done some sort of cleansing or some sort of emotional clearing, and then claiming the front stage in terms of spiritual development, spiritual progress. And I think the most bizarre part of this is that people actually believe in this phenomenon. People who are middle class, well-read, often quite capable of being able to find more meaning in their lives than this guy's prepared to offer, seem to flock towards him, and I suppose it makes us wonder something about the human condition.
Yeah, it does make you wonder a lot, and also his image, you know, the longer hair, is that all part of it? And now does technology play a big part in this? You don't need a church. You just need a PC and a webcam.
Well, you do. In the old days, you'd have a church, an ashram, some sort of religious centre, some sort of a spiritual home ground. Today you can be sitting at home with your webcam or with your PC and your modem, and you can spread the message out to the world. And certainly the internet has become a recruiting ground for the marginalised and for the alienated. But having said that, I think there's worse to come. Certainly as the use of the internet becomes more prolific and young people incorporate it into their lives in a more profound and more meaningful sense as far as they're concerned, people like this have an audience which only a few years ago was completely and totally not thought about.
Yeah, that's interesting. Hopefully he's harmless. Thank you very much for your time. Appreciate it. Here's Phil.
It's a pleasure.